and I will not speak words that unless I have checked with the Father whether that's the truth or that's the way to be said, and I will only answer until I have found what the truth is. Okay?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Doctor, can't you see I'm burning, burning? Oh, doctor, doctor, is this love I'm feeling?
Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing part 2 of Leticia, Letity, and the Doc's Cuddle session. Oh, wait a minute. Conspiracy session. I'm kidding, but yes, I am back with more of Letity's phone quote-unquote therapy session with Dr. Carol from July 19th, 2022. I will be using a few segments of that conversation as well as other snippets. And as I said in part 1, I will not be using the entire phone conversation because there was a lot of worthless, senseless rambling going on. And with that said, there will be a bit of Letity's rambling during this first segment that I'm going to be starting off with. So bear with me because there are some points that I'm going to be making. So I'm going to play that and then we will talk about it.
Well, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life again because we only just reconnected recently when I was back in town, and it's unfortunate that I detached for that time, or, I had that avoidant, attachment. And so, or detachment, I suppose, toward all the relationships that were going on in my life, and even the ones that have been there throughout the years, say with my mother and, my siblings and things like that. I know that working through this has been difficult with you and I. And when we reconnected a couple weeks ago, it was really very emotional for me because I take heed of your words and of your recommendations, and I know that I shouldn't be so hard on the situation or myself, and you've allowed me to understand that I need to place my fears and my apprehensions at the in the hands of God and in the hands of my faith, and in knowing that there is hope still left within the situation, because I am very discouraged at this time. We hadn't talked for nearly 2 years. It was a year and a half approximately that I had refrained from trying to communicate with you because I was emotionally guarded. I was emotionally unstable, slightly in that way. But then coming back and having our discussions recently, and also allowing you to read my affidavit.
Okay, I was confused by a few things that she said in regards of she and the doctor not talking. In this clip, Letity says that it was because of her avoidant behavior, her detachment, and that she was being emotionally guarded as to the reasons for the lack of conversation between her and the doctor for almost 2 years. Yet, in a video that she posted on February 4th of 2022, she states that her doctor, aka Dr. Carol, ghosted her.
Since I haven't had therapy in fucking 8 months or so, because my psychologist fucking ghosted me.
That February video is very interesting because she seems rather angry with the doctor and really goes off on him in that video. She even threatened to write a complaint about him. Now, of course, I made a video about it and I will link it in the description box. I titled it, Talk About Biting the Hand That Feeds You. I'm guessing Letity watched it because she uses that phrase a lot now. Anyhow, check it out if you're interested on hearing her bag on the dock. Okay, so they hadn't spoken in 2 years, according to Letity. I think her calculations are a little bit off, but whatever. I have always wondered, how long has he been her therapist? She does hold him in very high regard, so I thought surely it had been many, many years. I've seen it said by others that he's been treating her since she was a child. Well, guess what? We're all wrong. It's all wrong. And yes, I can prove it. I can prove it right here.
You've helped me through it emotionally during the last year and a half that we've known one another.
Now, thankfully, I just happened to have that clip saved, and I'm glad I saved it because those videos are now gone. So, as of August 3rd, the time of that session, Letity and the doc had only known each other for a year and a half. Now, I'm uncertain as to how many sessions they had during that time. I believe that she shared maybe 3 or 4 of their sessions in 2021 on YouTube. And I assume that it's after one of those sessions that they lost contact. I have a point to make here, I promise. So, in the February video, she says she hadn't had therapy in 8 months. There is proof that she saw him in August, so maybe 7 months. So she was not seeing him during her little escapade with JW and the 4 other dudes that, with all that stuff that was playing out, right? And she had only reconnected with him again in July. You see where I'm going with this? This man hardly knows anything about Letitia, yet he takes her word as being Bible. Tell me, how actually beneficial has this therapy been? This little amount of therapy. I mean, think about it. How many times have they, gotten together? How much does he really know about her? Not much. But honestly, is swapping conspiracy theories therapy? If you ask me, now this is just my opinion, these quote unquote therapy sessions have not fixed anything, nor have they helped her learn any type of skills on how to cope with her past atrocities. From what I can see, the only thing that her time with the doctor seems to have achieved is to fuel her ego and further feed her delusions. So is that what therapy is about? Is this the therapy that she claims to have helped her so much? It's wild, but there's more.
Just hearing your guidance and understanding too that I need to have the courage to refrain from trying to harm myself too. For one, I've been discussing and disclosing online about how I would rather drink Drano than to go back into jail, And
Just need to shut up and take it. No, I will not go. I will fucking die. I will drink something from underneath the fucking counter. Fuck you. I'd rather be dead.
And who would want to? It's
Wait a minute. I would tell you, don't drink Drano. I think it'll rot your stomach up.
I'm going to keep myself as comfortable as possible until you come for me. And when you do, I will try to kill myself. This isn't a threat. This is a promise. You've forced me to promise you that because of the fact that you keep harassing me. You act like I'm not going to do it. I surely fucking am.
It has a tendency. It's a very acidic,
Yeah.
or a basic one. I'm not sure whether the pH of that is alkaline or acid.
acid.
Drano.
It's
I have to look
acid.
it up.
Yeah.
I think you can make methamphetamine out of Drano.
Oh, wow.
Or something. Oh yeah, that and matchsticks and sulfur and a lot of other stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can make a methamphetamine out of Drano.
That's terrible. We shouldn't give anybody any ideas, though. We don't recommend it.
Hey, if you want to look it up on the internet, you can. And
Yeah.
If you want to do it, atomic bomb,
Exactly.
you can find out the directions for that if you have the equipment and the laboratory to do it.
Exactly.
Just
And
don't do it. Do it on a miniature scale. Don't do it on a Hiroshima or Nagasaki scale. That's a lot of people.
and people would
Sure.
even have access to those elements, those key elements like uranium and such through the internet, through the black market.
Well,
So
Benghazi, we sold the Russians all, uranium. That was no sense in that, but we did it anyway.
right.
I don't know what to do anymore. Normally I just claw myself. Normally I just cut myself and hide. I can't hide anywhere. I feel like the only thing I can do is just drink some of that shit under the sink and just fucking get away from everybody. I can't keep doing this.
Oh, let me tell you, as I was hearing that, as I was listening to that part of their conversation, I was like, are you for real? Are you for real? Am I hearing what I am hearing? Your patient just said that she talked about drinking Drano as a means of avoiding going to jail, yet the discussion turns to meth and uranium? It was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But what was even more mind-blowing was that Letitia just giggled it off. Oh, I threatened to drink Drano. Oh, like it was some joke. Now, we have all heard Letitia threaten to off herself on the daily. She claims to have 16 attempts under her belt. Look, I take suicide extremely serious because it is something that I have had to deal with one too many times. And the way that Letitia uses it as a bait absolutely sickens me. But this right here floored me, and it is only more proof of how Letitia uses the threats of self-harm as nothing more than complete and utter manipulation. It seems to be something that she learned at a very young age, and she knows that it will get her attention. I find it amusing that during their session, she laughed off the Drano, the whole comment about the Drano. Yet only a few hours after their meetings, her tone in regards of the Drano had completely changed. She was back to weaponizing the threats. And why? To get attention. Say what you want, but I will never believe Letitia's claims of wanting to end her own existence. It's not a cry for help. It's a cry, a scream for attention, period. And she upped the ante by also threatening to harm an innocent child as well. Surely if she did that, that was bound to get her the attention she wanted, right? Especially the attention of JW. Let me tell you, I have never wanted to shake someone so badly in my life. How is it that the doctor just negated her threat? Is it something they don't discuss? Is it something that's not brought up? Is he aware of how she uses it as a means of manipulation?
Like my psychologist who told me to stop smoking and I had a suicide attempt. He should be locked up for that, you would think.
Just like her crying, violation, violation against every man on earth, she has desensitized and she exploits the threats of self-harm over and over and over. For the doctor to have not addressed that situation, yet rather laugh it off, was absolutely horrifying to me. Once again, Leticia using the game of manipulation. She's done the same thing with her mother, as well as others. It is a sick, twisted game that Leticia plays. And for what? And for what? For nothing but attention. I swear, I hear her say that shit over and over, and it is absolutely infuriating. As for her recent quote-unquote attempt, it was an absolute ploy to try to get out of court. Did it work? Sure, in the sense that she missed her court date. But did it matter? Not at all. All she managed to do was to bury herself deeper and deeper. How is it that Little Miss Smarty Pants doesn't understand that a failure to appear in court is a crime? Hence the issuing of the bench warrant. Look, Leticia can play dumb as much as she wants, but sooner or later her ass will be sitting in jail, and at this pace, her ass just might be sitting in prison. Okay, that's all I'm going to do in this video. There's a little bit more that I want to talk about, and then I'll give my, I guess you could say, my final analysis. I'm just kidding. Just wrap it up. But with this whole part with the Drano and stuff, that just really got under my skin, because I'm just thinking to myself, is that what a therapist would do? I mean, really, if you're, well, of course, the way she presented it, like, I'm gonna drink Drano because I don't want to go to jail. And then they're talking about making meth. It's absurd. It's absurd. Okay, that's gonna be it for me, and that's going to be it for this video. I just want to say thank you really quickly to each of you who take the time to watch and listen to my videos, to leave me comments. Your support is greatly appreciated. I mean that. I appreciate you guys so much. And to a few people who dropped some goodies in my PayPal, thank you so much. That is appreciated as well. I'm not going to give names because I'm sure people don't want me to, you know, put their names out there, but thank you. You guys know who you are. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your guys' support. Okay, so that's it. Keep an eye out for part 3, 4, and then maybe a wrap up. I just have a lot to say, but I just wanted to break it up because I know people kind of lose interest after a while. So that's going to be it for now. And I will catch you guys next time.